a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Time to wakey wakey and time for bakey.
Get ready for your host with more.
Get ready for your host with more.
Mr. Brian Brown.
Mr. Brian Brown.
It's 7:10 a.m.
It's 7:10 a.m.
Que la roja pichuela y guandules no viene ligado igualito que yuca. Ese pelo que él tiene tan lindo, no venga a pensar que eso es una peluca. Tiene cotorra perico, yo tengo cotorra, tú tienes la cuca. Está claro en el ring, en el piso yo quiero.
No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de odio tú estás lleno. No critiques mi pelo, que la soy bueno, porque tú no tienes que de...
Good morning. It's 7:10 a.m., guys. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Wakey, wakey. Time for bakey. How's everyone doing this morning? Producer Rosie's just waking up. My bulldog Rosie. We call her the producer because sometimes she has to stop the show and go produce some turds. You guys know how it is. It's 7:10 a.m., guys. Welcome to the wackiest, wildest, craziest. I actually have I have a design on this. I'll get you one, Chantel. This was like a one-off that I did, just kind of for me, just as like a test run. And so I got some. I'll make sure you get one, Chantel. But what this is 7:10 a.m. The wildest, the wackiest, the craziest, most interactive morning show in the history of marijuana morning shows, guys. Oh, I'm tired, man. I am tired this morning, guys. Does it show? Back to Retro's like, you okay this morning? Yeah, man, I'm tired. Just woke up. But the show must go on, guys. Little groggy. Neck was bothering me last night, so I took a pill, which I normally don't do. And man, they make you groggy, man. Like I don't like pills, but it shows. Yeah, man, I'm kind of groggy. But we're gonna have a good time, guys. We're gonna have a really good time. I mean, all right, am I beautiful again? Hey, speaking of beautiful, go check out Back to Retro. Such a beautiful man. Just making sure you're okay, myself. No, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm just giving you a hard time. He has a movie review up, guys, for his movie review show. It's really good. Oscar. Who remembers Sylvester Stallone's Oscar? One of the worst. How did that not pop up in one of our worst movies of all time? I remember going to see this with my dad in the theater and my dad walking out. Like, for real. Come on, we're going. Because it was such a bad movie. Oh, Rosie, what are you doing? Rosie just knocked over my water so she could drink it. Do you not have water? All right. Oh, do you not have water? All right, guys. Try the PBR drink. Yeah, I watched Bubble Boy. Oh my God, Bubble Boy. Who remembers that movie? Danny Trejo has such a great role in that movie. Patches. We don't need no stinking patches. Oh man, what are you doing, dog? Why are you being a weirdo? You thirsty? All right, guys. We got a good one for you today. The greatest hoaxes of all time. We're talking War of the Worlds. We're talking, where am I at here? Yeah, we're talking War of the Worlds. We're talking Hitler's diary. We're talking giant men that are petrified and found underground, guys. We're talking the greatest hoaxes of all time. Oscar was actually really good. It's different for sure. Reminds me of Clue for some reason. You know, I think Oscar was one of those movies that kind of got, because it was during Sylvester Stallone's height. Oh, we don't want the crazy celebrity investments of all time. All right. Greatest hoaxes of all time. Oscar, I think it was just different for the time. Like people expected something from Sylvester Stallone. They expected Rambo. They expected Cobra. We were just talking when I went up to Vegas for the Avengers station and for my birthday. We were talking about I was in a parking garage in the what is it? Treasure Island, and it was kind of dark. It was in the daytime too, but it was kind of dark. Rosie, come here. You got some water? Come here. Quit drinking off the floor and go get yourself some water. Weirdo, come on, go get water. I got you some water. Come on. Quit drinking quit drinking my water, weirdo. Love you. All right. Go drink your water. You got water now. Sorry about that, guys. Rosie was thirsty. Go, I got you water. Go drink your water. Yeah. So I think it was just different. But did Oscar come out in 1989? Yeah, back to retro. Everybody, if you guys didn't catch yesterday's 420 show, we went back in time. We went to go drink your water. You got water in there. Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. At least I'm wearing pants today. Today, guys, we have the watch party. Come here. Come here, Rosie. Let me show you. Come here. We have the watch party today, guys. Blow. We're going to be giving away autographs. We're going to be having a good time. Instant wins. It's going to be a great. Okay, Rosie's taken care of, guys. Sorry. Multitasking here. Rosie needs her water. And she needs her water. Yeah, today at 7 o'clock, guys, 100% for sure. Internet is good. I freaking checked the map. I checked everything. There's no wind. We should be A-okay. So 7 p.m. today, we're going to watch the movie Blow. BYOB. Bring your own blow. And it's going to be a good time, guys. What are we giving away, you ask? We're giving away the farm, guys. Today, we're going to announce the winner for the 420, hashtag 420, the Simpsons Cheech and Chong autograph. And there's going to be a bong in there. There's going to be a swag bag from the Daily Dank, shirts, socks, everything to make you look beautiful. Then we're also giving away the Blow autograph from George, the man the movie was made. I'm giving away a god after yesterday's conversation. Count me out. Oh, back to red. That could be line of the day. That could be line of the day. See me outside of Dallas Con. It's a mess. All bukkake all over, looking like a Jackson Pollock painting all over my face. Oh my God. I just cut out the middleman and go to the autograph people and be like, hey. Oh. Yeah, so the autograph Blow, guys, that threw me off. Back to retro, you threw me off. And then, guys, we also have the Exorcist autograph. We're going to be giving this away on the 17th on our Exorcist watch party. So hashtag 420, hashtag Blow, hashtag Exorcist, and don't forget the hashtag Joker or DC. I'll take either. You're going to get the Flash. The Flash artwork there, and then you're going to get the Joker, the McFarlane Toys Joker multiverse. That thing is freaking awesome. So do that. And then we also have an Evil Dead. Or did we give that away already? I think we already gave that away. Tim's hashtagging old stuff. Throwing me off. Oh, man. All right. I know Back to Retro is going to want that Joker, man. I know that. I know that for sure. And then Rosie Key, let's see, you know what, man, I'm off my game this morning, guys. I apologize. Let's get into this. So this morning we got Charlie. Good morning. Good morning. Matt Workman. Good morning. Lonnie's in the house. Charlie was first. That's funny. Chantel, Rosie Key. Who else we got in here? No Teresa Deller this morning. Hopefully everything's okay. Chris Zucchini in the house. Who else we got? Nova Mike in the house. Back to retro. Oh man, we got a bunch of people up in there. Tim W. Lonnie. I'm going through the names, guys. All right. Yeah, the McFarlane toys do rock, man. They got by far oh man, some of the vision of Todd McFarlane on some of these toys are beyond. Like, man, he was the one that started the craziness with I guess adult, I don't want to say adult toys because that's something completely different, but action figures for adults. Yeah, he changed the game on that, man. Definitely a good guy. All right, let's get into this, guys. Today in history. Bum, bum, bum. Today in history for May 9th. A laser beam was successfully bounced off the moon for the first time. Oh, wow. That's kind of crazy. 1974, the House Judiciary Committee begins formal hearings on Nixon's impeachment. There's a new movie out about that. I don't get it, man. I don't get that whole. So, from what I understand, Nixon was in his second term. He had really nothing to lose or nothing to gain, and he just was obsessed with these leaks. They had press leaks, so he sent in these guys. They get busted. It's a whole mess. He gets impeached, and I really like, man, just ostracized for years. He was a good president, man. I don't care what he ended Vietnam War. He ended the draft. He did so much stuff. I went to his presidential library, so I'm a little biased. I got the propaganda in my head, but no, man, for real, I think he was a decent president. Got into some shit, got caught. Well, don't we all? Anyway, guys, in 1946, King Victor Emmanuel II of Italy abdicates his throne and is replaced by Umberto I. The German submarine U-1110 is captured at sea along with its Enigma machine by the Royal Navy. That was in 1941. 1936, Albert Finney, British actor, Murder on the Orient Express, and Tom Jones. He was born. Fascist Italy captures the city of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and annexed the country. So this was 1936, had to be World War One. Alan Bennett, British playwright and screenwriter, was born today. Let me see, anything else interesting today? A lot of old people's birthdays, like from the 1800s. 1864, General John Sedgwick is shot and killed by Confederate sharpshooter during the fight of Spotsylvania. His last words are, "They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance." Oh, that's not funny. That's not funny, but it is kind of funny. Threatened by the 1859, threatened by the advancing French army, the Austrian army retreats across the river Seus in Italy. Boy, Italy had some wars going on in 1800s, huh? 1813, U.S. troops under William Henry Harrison take Fort Meigs from the British and Canadian troops. And then my great uncle, John Brown, a botanist, was born. I don't know what a botanist is, but he was born. And then, guys, the most important thing in history, guys, the first newspaper cartoon in America appears in 1754. They had newspapers in 1754. Whoa. All right, guys. That was your today in history. Hey, John, how you doing? Baker, how's it going? Nova Mike, how you doing? Crazy Eddie moves stuff. Crazy Eddie. Oh my God, man. So I'm glad you brought that up, John. That's a great one to get into. So Crazy Eddie. I base my stick. That's how this whole daily dank kind of came to be. I was at the healing center. I was a customer. I came in and I saw what they were doing for advertisement, and I was doing video work for a local news group. And I just told the owner, I'm like, hey, we could do a lot better than that. They were using like the booster or whatever, like the free paper that people get. Every town has one, like our town or whatever they want to call it. And I was like, I could do better than that. And she gave me a shot. The owner gave me a shot, and we started doing videos. And it was based off of Crazy Eddie. Hey, what's up, guys? We got the deals. You want to do this? We got $10 rates, we $20 rates, we got ounces, we got this. That's basically like the beginning template of the Daily Dank was off of Crazy Eddie. So if you guys don't know who Crazy Eddie is, Crazy Eddie was this guy out of New York, I believe, who the whole thing was a con, but he had a bunch of electronic stores throughout New York area and New Jersey, and he was pretty big in that East Coast area. Maybe Philly too. But he, I think the whole thing was like embezzlement, like, right? Was it otherwise empty electronic stores and hired actors to shop to convince bank execs, gave him over 70 million in the, yeah. So he had these great commercials. He was cutting edge, man. Like no one was doing what he was doing. Oh, I'm giving it away, bro. Like so good. Have you heard of Crazy Gideon in LA? I haven't. I'm gonna have to check that one out. And yeah, he was just nuts, man. Crazy Eddie. I'm giving you speakers, $10, Electra DVD players, $20. And I don't know if they actually sold the stuff at that price, but man, it was all over the place. A kid in Arizona knew who Crazy Eddie was. That's how big he was at that time, man. And great salesman. Like I said, the whole Daily Dank concept is based off of Crazy Eddie. Biggest hoax, yeah. He didn't make the list, but he is one of the biggest hoaxes in all time. Remember Crazy Eddie commercials as far north as Springfield, Mass, back in the early 1980s? Yeah, I watched. It was on the USA Network. I think, and then there was a New York channel that we got on local cable. That's how I was introduced to Howard Stern too. Columbus discovered America. That's how I found Howard Stern. He had a late night show on this local New York channel that we happened to get. And I got to see it as a kid at 5 o'clock, even though in New York it was 9 o'clock. And man, the Howard, like as a adolescent 14-year-old watching Howard Stern, he had a game, the lesbian dating game and all this stuff where girls were making out. I'm a 14-year-old kid, 50. I'm like, eyes freaking as big as freaking coasters. Yeah, John remembers. He was even worse than he is now. Yeah, man, it was wild. Like, yeah, as a kid, that was the channel to watch. And then they had the Nightmare on Elm Street series, the Freddy series. It only lasted one season, but yeah, that Saturday night block was really good. Sprinkled in with Crazy Eddie commercials. Oh man, the New York squares. Yeah, the New York square. Nova Mike knows what's up. Had one in Portland, Oregon, the Stereo Superstores. Black eyes and strong forearms. Have you ever heard of Crazy Brian? Crazy Brian here. You know what? I might just have to buy that crazybrian.com today. Oh man, yeah, exactly, Lonnie, man. Like it was a crazy time. I was actually just talking to a psychologist about this. He was on the podcast on the Elevated Perspectives podcast that's going to debut next Monday, guys. You get all the information on that. Eric Roberts is going to be the first guest, and then we got who else we got? We got a whole bunch of celebrities, guys. We got a DC Glenn from Whoop. There it is, tag team. He's going to be on the podcast, probably like 3 or 4 episodes in. I'm working on the Amazing Kreskin right now. If you guys don't remember the Amazing Kreskin, he was on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, so that could be a possibility. Like I said, we got the guy from Superman, one of the Kryptonians. I can never remember his stupid name, and I hate it. But when I promote it, I will remember. He has a great story. We got the voice from the Rugrats, Tommy Pickles. We got the voice actor who's done so much stuff. No, Steve McQueen. Man, you wait till you guys. There's so many Steve McQueen stories, Orson Welles stories from these actors and these people in Hollywood. It's a really good podcast, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. I got like 70 sitting ready to rock and roll. So 3 days a week, we're going to be dropping them on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's like a Joe Rogan style. I sit down with people from different aspects of life. We talk. I ask them about their stories. We dig deep in. It's about an hour long. Some of them go a little longer, some of them a little less. But yeah, just a good time. They're going to be available on iTunes. They're going to be available on Spotify, all the podcasts, and of course, you guys, the Dank World Order will be getting them ahead of time, so you'll be able to watch the video version, and if you want. Then if not, if you're driving, throw on a podcast and listen to really, really good. I'm telling you, man, not to toot my own horn, but there's some really good interviews in there. And I cover everything from all walks of life. Like I just did a lady who's I guess she's an expert in non-monogamy, which I thought it was like friends. I didn't know. I was like, oh, non-monogamy. Oh, you're talking about friendships, right? And she's like, no, we're talking about swingers. And so no, they talk about the lifestyle and the different things. Very interesting. Like I said, all of them have great stories to tell, guys. A former organized crime detective from New York. That's a great one. Man, he has some great stories to tell. Used to stay up late to watch Elvira after midnight. Yeah, on the USA Network, it was Rhonda Shear up all night. She'd wear like those dresses and her boobies would be popping out. And it was always like what should have been a skin flick, but they edited it because it was on USA Network. So basically, you're watching like what you would watch on HBO at 2 a.m, but without the boobies, without the drugs, without the alcohol. So yeah, but you know what? You felt like you were getting away with something because it was Rhonda Shear, boy. Oh, all right, guys, let's get into this. The most famous hoaxes in history, guys. This is actually real. Block that. All right. It's actually really good, guys. There's a lot in here that I totally had forgotten about. Swinging like Charlotte Johnson. Sorry, no problem. Oh, I remember Stern doing a court thing where he was a judge abusing people. Yeah, man, he got crazy. So I was talking, Milli Vanilli. Yeah, man, that should have made the list, Charlie. Holy crap. Man, yeah, stupid pills, man. I don't like them. Don't like them at all. It was just why it was throbbing, so it was more muscle pain. So I took a muscle relaxer. Hi, Teresa. If you're listening, I hope you can hear me. I'm yelling. That's from Matt Workman, Teresa. Teresa Dollar, can you hear me? All right, let's get into these greatest hoaxes, guys. Baba Booey. Was Howard Stern the greatest hoax of all time? We were talking to a therapist about that, and I asked if, because the 90s were so extreme, like it was just like Howard Stern, Jerry Springer, like it was one thing after another, just to top it every week. Wrestling got nuts. It was just so extreme that after the 90s ended, I wonder if that's where everything just said, hey, we need to bring this down. We're going to be sensitive now. We're going to get our feelings hurt. Did we push it too hard in the 90s? That's the question of the day, guys. Let me know what you think. Did the 90s ruin it for the rest of the freaking people after us? Did we push it too hard in the 90s? Were we too extreme? Did we listen to a band called Extreme? Blow up those comments, guys. Was the 90s too extreme? Did we ruin it for everyone else? All right, let's get into these hoaxes, guys. We got some good ones. All right, the first one, guys. Morton Downey, yeah, Morton Downey. He would smoke all those cigarettes all the time. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Yeah, that is the greatest hoax of all time, guys. All right, first up is Hurricane Harvey Freeway Shark. I've never heard of this. Between media sites and 24-hour news cycle, it's impossible not to be bombarded with insane photos of daring rescues and heartbreaking destruction. Follow any of these natural disasters these days. Hurricane Harvey hit Houston in 2017. Was no exception. With one image particularly provoking, you can't always believe what you see. Twitter user Jeggett posted a startling shot of a shark swimming in floodwater that filled in the Houston highway. It appeared to have been taken from a driver's seat of a stalled car, and it was retweeted 84,000 times. So this thing went viral. Man, how crazy was that hurricane if they have water that deep on their highway? Oh, man. So this was like a Photoshop. Man, they're getting good with Photoshop these days. And this thing went viral. People got a little freaked out, especially the man, like I would imagine. I read an article that says you get energy from the earth. Spend 5 minutes touching the earth with your bare feet, and you get energy. I'm going to try it. Do you just walk around with socks and shoes on all the time, Lonnie? Oh yeah, that's right. Houston. I did notice when I was in Houston, they had a lot of like drainage stuff. So Houston must like really get flooded. But yeah, so it was so deep that the guy posted this. People were scared. I can understand how you're scared. If you're in a flood and your house is like ankle deep, um, maybe even waist deep, and all of a sudden they're saying there's a shark swimming around on the highway. Florida does gators all the time. Like, you find alligators in your pools. So, yeah. I do. What's up, Matt Workman? Matt Workman showers in his shoes and socks. My shoes never come off. Oh man. Oh, that is a good spot by a where do you freaking creek? I'm jealous there, Chris Zucchini. I haven't done shrooms in 3 weeks. Time to take a grab. Yeah, I would say that, John. You know what? I got some, and they've been sitting. I don't know, man. Mushrooms don't hit me the way they hit other people, or maybe I just hadn't been doing it right. Maybe I wasn't in the right mindset. I definitely want to try it again. All right, Chantel, I will. I'll make sure you get your stuff today. 100% for sure. Appreciate you. All right, that's why I stay clean. Matt Workman. So yeah, so that was a crazy one. Photoshop, but man, the thing went viral and people thought it was real. All right, up next is Mary Toph's bunny babies. Take a grab and meditate in the dark with pleasant music. Yeah, I could see that working. I could definitely see that working. All right. In the 18th century Europe, people paid good money to see weird stuff, particular human deformities and unexplained phenomena. The freak show. To give poor Surrey servant Mary Toph, it gave poor Surrey servant Mary Toph particular gross ideas in England in 1726. According to HowStuffWorks.com, she went into labor with her neighbor. Went into labor, and her neighbor and mother-in-law delivered a liverless cat, and other animal bits were retrieved from her nether regions. They reigned local obstetrician John Howard over the next month. He delivered a rabbit's head, a hog's bladder, the legs of a cat, and 9 dead baby bunnies. Womb ship down happens in the course of one. So this lady faked a freaking, so she was pregnant with a real baby, I think. And then she delivered a liverless cat, and then other animals such as a rabbit's head. This is over a month. A rabbit's head, a hog's bladder, the legs of a cat, and 9 dead baby bunnies. So this is 1726, man. Holy crap. Octomom is a porn star. That was a hoax. Yeah, I've been liking the low mid dose trips in nature. Terrence McKenna route. Take the high dose in silent darkness. Yeah, you know what? That might. What's that called? The journey, or forget what it's called. The hero's journey. Is that what it's called when you take like an eighth and you just go for it? So yeah, man, this was a crazy one. People in 1726, not so smart. Not so smart. Maybe maybe just not experienced. They're not seasoned enough, guys. Who remembers Balloon Boy? I totally remember this. Um, October 15, 2009, the nation could not take its eyes off the nonstop news coverage of the homemade silver helium balloon that looked like a UFO floating around the Colorado skies. After releasing it from Fort Collins, Richard and Malam Henny called 911 to report their 6-year-old son Falcon was trapped aboard. National Guard helicopters, local police followed the blimp, which topped out at 7,000 feet for 90 minutes and 50 miles until it landed 15 miles from the Denver airport. Falcon was not inside, but had been seen something as it fell. So yeah, so they said this kid. So this guy was like an inventor and he wanted to get into a reality show or become famous. So he made this helium balloon that looked like a UFO and he launches it. But all of a sudden, I can't find my son. Well, his son went and hid somewhere. And so he calls the police. This whole thing, they spent out so much time and energy doing this. Man, they thought this kid, this 11-year-old kid was in there, 9 or whatever, up in 7,000 feet in the air, man. It was freaking like they wanted to save this kid. It would have been horrible. Think about, man, you're a firefighter. You're the guy who's, trying to do this. And you run and you rip open the balloon. And you're like, there's no one fucking in here. Like I just like like you get a certain amount of adrenaline, stress that you put on yourself. I need to save this kid. And a little jerk is hiding under a canoe or something. Oh man. Yeah, that was a big one, man. I remember that. I called BS from the beginning. Yeah, the balloon didn't look heavy enough to the fly like with a kid in it. I actually just watched a show. It was a couple years old. It was on YouTube where these guys made a drone UFO. Like, so they got stuff from Home Depot and they created the frame, put the engines on it. And man, they had a hard time getting that thing to go with like 6 drone blades going. Like they had to redistribute it, the weight and everything. That would have been entirely hard to have him lift it and go, even at like 70 pounds, 60 pounds. It's still, yeah. BS. I don't think it would have even lifted with a dog in it, let alone a kid. Anyway, I took some of that talking mushrooms. Watch out, guys. All right. The Cardiff Giant. This was a petrified giant that they say they found. The gentle giant remains one of the 19th century most legendary hoaxes. Gideon Amonsi and Henry Nichols unearthed a 10-foot petrified man on October 16, 1869. While digging a well in New York farm owned by William Neville, word spread about the discovery, and Newell put up a tent and started charging a quarter and then 50 cents as business boomed to take a peek at the ground Goliath. Hundreds of curious outlookers and amateurs, archaeologists, everybody came, guys. It was actually a dino turd. Yeah, everyone came, man. This was like a big, big, big deal. Hang on. What am I doing here? I want to give you guys more information on the giant here. Okay. Yeah, it was a big, big deal, man. People came from far and wide to see this thing. I love that he charged them a quarter because that actually probably was the price. So amateur archaeologists made the pilgrimage. Um, you got to think too, travel back then, 1869, man, you weren't just jumping in the car going across country. You had to take a train, plane, an automobile. You had to do something. So people did, it was a freaking journey. Many believing it was an ancestor of the Amadong people, and some claiming it was proof giants mentioned in the Bible. Oh, in that era, people probably were going, "This is proof of the Bible." Even after the most professionals like Yale paleontologist Anthol C. Mars said it was fake. The mummy was eventually sold to a group of businessmen who sent him on tour. The Great Act course. P.T. Barnum, the greatest showman of all time, offered to buy it for $50,000, and then they declined to sell it. He made a plaster knockoff and arranged for it to be shown in New York City Museum. Oh man, he was ruthless, old freaking P.T. Barnum. By December, cigar salesman George Hall admitted this was a stone cold swindle. He commissioned a German stone cutter in Chicago to carve it out of a block of Jemson he bought in Iowa before he and his cousin buried the 2,900-pound statue. While it was a get rich quick scheme, Hall, an atheist, was also trying to prove a point when he considered silly religious stories and how science could disprove most of them. Even after the hoax was revealed, the Cardiff giant was still made appearance and money. Wow. So people were still buying it, even though they said it was a hoax. Um, people want to believe, man. That's the thing I think we forget. People want to believe. Um, if we all put our heads together, we could come up with a giant hoax. That is true. That is really true. We should. Darn it, we should. All right, War of the Worlds, man. This was a big, big one. This was the radio program that Orson Welles jumped on. He thought it would be a good idea to do it like in a news voice. And then, yeah, man, I mean, this thing is so famous. Orson Welles didn't mean to mastermind one of the greatest hoax in history. Mass hysteria was simply by a broadcast of a high quality radio play in an era where World War loomed. The space race was in its early stages, and most people got news and entertainment from their receivers. According to History.com, October 30th, 1938, broadcast began at 8 p.m. with an introduction presenting the Mercury Theater's update of H.G. Wells' science fiction novel War of the Worlds. So if you tuned in a little late, you would have just been hearing like a news broadcast about how we're being invaded. This was what, October 30th, 1938. Yeah, people were really super interested in the space race. We didn't know what was out there. So now all of a sudden we were itching at war. Hitler, everything was looming, at this point. Things were starting to boil a little bit. And then all of a sudden, hey, Mike Means, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to message you back. I just woke up before the show. Yeah, we're still on. I might have to up the time a little bit, but I'll talk to you about that off the air. So yeah, War of the Worlds, man. People freaked. They thought we were. You didn't hear the announcement? It's fake. Yeah, man. People were freaking out, running in the streets, calling the police, trying to get to shelters. I mean, man, this was mass hysteria, especially for the time. War of the Worlds, guys. All right, the shed at the Dulwich. I had to look this one up. For 6 short months in 2017, the shed at Dulwich, where patrons ordered entrees by the mood. So this was a food scam, guys, which in 2017 wasn't that long ago. Yeah, so this wasn't that long ago, guys. And I definitely want to get into this one. Became the high. Okay, so this restaurant became the highest ranked restaurant in London on TripAdvisor and the hardest reservation in town to get. Calls and emails poured in begging to be squeezed in for birthday dinners, romantic dates, and media coverage. All were ignored or told to call back as they were booked solid for more than half a year. except that was a lie. The reason they couldn't score a table was actually because the business was bogus. It was an experiment, an algorithm, a manipulation. So this thing didn't even exist. That is nuts. So this thing, hang on one more second, guys. All right. So this thing didn't even exist. We need to follow up on this one, guys. Where are we at? I think it was higher up. Bear with me one second, guys. Yeah, so the reason they couldn't score a table was actually because the business was bogus. It was an experiment in algorithm manipulation and buzz creation by freelance writer Oba Butler, who had been paid in the past by owners to review their restaurants positively without ever stepping foot inside on the site. To turn South London Garden Shed he resides into a fake fine dining experience, he bought a burner phone and a domain, created a website with soft focus pictures of delicious looking dishes made with ingredients you wouldn't want to eat, paint, bleach, tablets, shaving cream on the heels of his foot, and drummed up interest by providing minimum details, making it an appointment only establishment, lying about it being full, and solicited friends writing glowing reviews. According to the Washington Post, people contacted him looking for work, and companies sent him free samples of their food product. He opened the shed for one night and served canned soup, and some diners still asked to come again. Butler outed himself in an article and a video for Vice a month after hitting the top spot on TripAdvisor. Wow. That is actually pretty freaking cool. Man, that is actually pretty damn cool. I'm not hating on that. I really like that a lot. That's actually real cool. The government wants to help you, so the CIA gives LSD just to come to the side effects and telling them it was a crazy drug. Yeah, man, there's so many CIA LSD stories. Charles Manson. Man, it makes me want to try that. Makes me want to try it too, back to retro. Like I was just thinking that. I was like, you know what? It might be a good way to drum up some buzz about the channels, man. Um, we might have to two minds come together back to retro. We might have to try that. Um, I miss seeing the guy in the Oh, whoa, whoa, what? Hey, Oakley, how you doing? Hey, you don't have to miss me. We're doing videos here, man. We're doing the healing center videos, guys. And I know, maybe you shop somewhere else. Just watch the videos, guys, and you might see something you like. No hating. Like I've said, I'm not going to criticize anyone for where they shop. Shop at Walmart. You can shop at Target. You can shop anywhere. I don't give a shit. We just are here to have a good time, no drama. Shop where you want, guys. I'm all cool with it. But if you watch the videos and you hear some of the deals, I have a feeling you might be like, well, that's a pretty damn good deal. Might go in there, guys. And I don't hate. No, you're cool. You're cool, Oakland. Um, yeah, and like I said, man, each place, take advantage of it. But yeah, check us out. Thedailydank.com. I drop the healing center videos once a week. Appreciate you tuning into this, man. You're awesome, man. Continue to tune in. We have a lot of great shows. We do this one. We do the 420. We do Off the Beaten Path. We got a horror restaurant that I went to on my birthday that we're going to be throwing up today, guys. The Nightmare Cafe in Vegas. So cool. And we still smoke. We still do everything. Man, I'm glad you tuned in, Oakland. So glad. So happy to have you here, man. Come spark up a joint, pass it around, and enjoy the show, guys. All right. I take 500 MCP. You know what? I would on a live show. I'd probably be sweating, but yeah, the 420, man, this is the best show. I don't want to say that because the 420 show is just different. It's fun, but man, this is way more interactive. I get to sit down with my friends, talk to you guys. What a better gig, right? What a better gig. We talk weed. We get into crazy stuff. Hey, today on the 420, it is Paranormal Tuesday, guys. So we're going to be getting into some out of this world stuff. We're talking some Mars today, guys. We're going to be looking at pictures of Mars. There's some stuff on there, guys. There's some stuff, and we're going to get into the whole conspiracy about Mars. Was Mars ever inhabited? That's the question a lot of people want to know. So we're going to get into that today, guys, on Paranormal Tuesday. Talk some aliens. We're going to get crazy with the UFO talk today, guys. So make sure you tune in the 420. And we do giveaways. Mars bars. I prefer the Milky Way. And we do giveaways, Oakland, in case you didn't know. Today at 7 o'clock p.m., dailydank.com on the live feed, we are giving away, we're doing a blow watch party. And we're giving away the autograph from the movie Blow. This is George, the man the movie was made after. His autograph on there. And then we got the Cheech and Chong. Look at that. From The Simpsons, Cheech and Chong signed, JSA certified, and that's going to come with a swag bag with a bong, with papers, a grinder, a Daily Dank shirt, socks, no underwear. It's Commando Tuesday. Bean Boozle this Saturday. Yes. I will be on the Mod Squad, guys. From what I understand, I don't want to overstep. They invited me to come on and play some Bean Boozle. So yeah, check that out on Saturday, guys. I'm excited about that. That's going to be a good time. All right, let's get Ask Valentine Mitchell Smith. He knows. I don't know who that is. All right, let's get into more hoaxes, guys. That's crazy, man. I want to try that. That's a good that restaurant scam. The Piltdown Man says, Charles Darwin released his evolutionary theory in 1859. Scientists have been out there looking for proof of the missing link, a phase between a full ape and a full man. And in 1912, an Englishman named Charles Dawson announced he found it in a gravel pit in Piltdown. He used the fossil to build a skull model with a human-sized brain and an ape-like jaw. And England declared itself the real birthplace of modern humanity. But other scientists immediately took issue, mostly because it didn't match other fossils. So this dude straight up made a fake freaking missing link. I don't know. I didn't realize it was 1859 Darwin came up with that theory. Like, have they not found the missing link yet? Like, maybe his theory was wrong. And I'm not advocating Christianity. I'm not advocating any beliefs here at all. But, that's my problem with science, man. Scientists in particular. Because it's all theories unless you have something like gravity. The law of gravity. I hate it when people say, well, the theory of gravity. No, it's the law of gravity. It's been proven. It's done. You can't disprove it. But you get these scientists with all these theories, and then everyone banks their lifestyle on this theory. And then, a lot of time it's wrong. I remember reading an article years ago about them saying you needed water wasn't the best hydration for you, that it was a Gatorade. I'm like, no, water, man. Our bodies are made of water. Yeah, just craziness. COVID, I think COVID showed us what scientists are really like, guys. I think, and I don't want to categorize them all, but there's a majority that are cocky, that are arrogant, that are freaking control freaks, that refuse to take any outside information from their bubble. And that's what we saw in COVID, man. That Fauci, that guy was so freaking hungry for attention. He was just saying it. No Thanksgiving this year. That's a horrible Fauci impersonation. Fuck you. What? Based on what? Yeah. And then a lot of the theories are wrong. The bat theory is completely wrong. It's been proven now. But yeah, all these scientists, and it's not just COVID. I'm not like a COVID guy, guys. I'm not gonna freaking deep dive into the COVID situation. But it's just scientists, man. I don't like that. I don't like that. We can, one in particular that I'll bring up is he was not a scientist, but he had scientists back in Al Gore. and the freaking his movie that he made, An Inconvenient Truth about weather change. Well, that wasn't about weather change. It was about global warming. And he had this hockey stick theory, and he had all this stuff that didn't come true when they said it was going to come true. People invested billions. He made billions off of that. And, I mean, weather is changing, but like according to them, we were supposed to be flooded by now. The Arctic was supposed to melt. But I have a theory that the Daily Dank is the best morning show ever. That's the right theory, guys. That is the right theory. Anyway, forget my rant on scientists. Scientist community is up in arms. The Daily Dank was talking shit about us, guys. Oh, hey, we'll see you tonight, Chris. Appreciate you, man. All right, Michael Jordan is dead. Who remembers this one, guys? Fucci doesn't need to be masked. He needs to be arrested, man. Michael Jordan is dead. In February 2015, an article published on Chronic MX website said that the former Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, had gone to the big, beautiful basketball court in the sky after suffering a heart attack while he slept. It was even quoted his wife. They also posted a video clip designed to resemble a breaking news segment on YouTube, which featured a tearful reporter, Rich Elson, saying goodbye. Oh my God. So this was 2015. So these guys straight created a video. Like this wasn't just that we're posting, hey, Michael Jordan's dead. Holy moly. This was a major hoax, guys. Had his wife in a video clip, had a Rich Elson saying goodbye. Oh my God, that is just insane. What do you guys think about with AI? I don't know if you guys have seen like the advancement that AI is making. But like there's videos now. There's like these deep fakes of celebrities, and it's still a tad rough, just a tad rough. But I mean, how much more work does it need to get into to be polished and sweet? I mean, if they're to that degree, Allen Iverson. Forgot about it. Didn't Alvin Iverson choke his coach? Was he the one that I know he was a bad boy, the bad boy of basketball? Yeah, so just crazy, man. What do you guys think about this AI? Do you think it's gonna like create like fake speeches, and all of a sudden we're not gonna know if Joe Biden? Joe Rogan had a good point. He said with this Latrell Sprewell. Oh, he was the one, yeah, that choked. Rashid, everyone's choking their freaking coach. They brought up a point. Maybe they should let AI Biden run for president. He would do a better job than current president with speeches and stuff. But how long before that like these celebrities, you start seeing these speeches pop up, and we're going to have to get worried about what's real, what's not. It's the Clone Wars, guys. It's the Clone Wars. Star Wars, they mentioned the Clone Wars in A New Hope, but they don't mention like what it is or like what. So my imagination was, I thought the Clone Wars would have been where you're fighting like your clone. So like Obi-Wan would fight Obi-Wan. Anakin would fight Anakin. Like, so they basically, like, that's what I thought. I mean, I'm like, the Clone Wars. And then they come up with the whole clone army. This was many, many years after I wrote. I just was always fascinated when Obi-Wan mentions the Clone Wars. I fought with your father during the Clone Wars. And you're like, what the fuck is the Clone Wars? And that's what I came up with as a kid. Back to Retro is not a Star Wars fan, so I will not ask him this. At least I don't think he is. Are you? Back to Retro? I don't think you are. Lonnie, you're a big Star Wars guy, right? What did you think the Clone Wars were before or did you even think about it? Anyone who's a Star Wars fan, when you heard that line, I fought with your father in the Clone Wars, what was your imagination of the Clone Wars? I thought wall-to-wall carpet meant there was carpet on the walls. We need to do that one day. The craziest phrases of all time. Like, why do you drive on a parkway and park on a driveway? Like, shouldn't that be reversed? Like, man, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's, you know what? Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. It is Weed Wednesday, after all. That's a good one. More giants and petrified men, guys. Cardiff, I didn't really put much thought into it. It was just a war. Yeah, that's true. Cardiff, just I think the word clone like really I'm like, what the fuck is a clone war? I think that's what it resonated with me. Cardiff, big guy, wasn't the only fake giant among the gullible men and women. The colossal chicanery inspired at least a dozen similar hoaxes, including the solid Muldoon found in Colorado in 1876, a tall and likely perpetrated by Hall and former Barnum and Bailey employee William Continent. Also in Colorado, con man Jefferson Rudolph Soapy Smith buried and found McGinta in Willow Creek and then charged $1 to look at him on display at his saloon at the Orleans Club in Creede. So yeah, man, it sounds like Colorado was home of the hoaxes. Nope, not a Star Wars guy. I did think Jar Binks was the best character. What's funny about Jar Jar, guys? People, I'm telling you. So the Star Wars generation that came in and watched episode 1, and they saw Jar Binks. They hated Jar Binks. But what happened was they brought their kids, and the kids loved Jar Binks. Well, now the kids are in their 20s. Jar Binks is still a big. I'm telling you, you're gonna see a rebirth of Jar because this generation, these 19, 18, these 20-year-olds love Jar, and that's what all us old dinosaurs that hate Jar are gonna fall off, and it's gonna be a whole new realm of Jar lovers. I'm telling you. Why does Jada Pinkett Smith need her hair dryer? You didn't give me the punchline, Lonnie. Like, why does Jada... Oh, I read it wrong. That is a hoax. Jada Pinkett Smith needs a hairdryer. What, is she trying out for the next G.I. Jane movie? What the... What? Oh, I'm going to keep your wife's name out of my mouth. I'm sorry. This show is a hoax. What? I'm going jackalope hunting. Oh, we're not a hoax, guy. This is real. Look. Ow, damn it. I pinched myself. It's real. It's not a dream. It's not a weed dream, guys. Oh, man, jackalope hunting. What about Hitler's fake diaries? Who remembers this? In 1979, Der Stern magazine reported Gerd Hildmann met with Nazi memorabilia collector Fritz Stinfil, who claimed to have a diary pinned by Adolf Hitler. So said it had been recovered in a 1945 crash of a plane transporting Hitler's personal effects. So obviously this was a huge, forget the Mandalorian, should have been focused on Jar, would have been better than that crappy. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired back to retro. I love The Mandalorian. I think The Mandalorian is one of the best Star Wars properties they have. Man, this Ahsoka Tano is going to be huge. I'm telling you, man. I'm excited. Me and Nova Mike are going to be doing a back to retro. We're going to be doing a Rebels review. We're going to be a Rebels podcast. So we're going to sit down. We're going to watch 2 episodes of Rebels every week, and we're going to discuss them, talk about them. So what Rebels is, shot fire, pew pew. Don't worry, it's stormtroopers shooting you, so you won't get hit. So this Ahsoka Tano, even the Mandalorian series, is starting to have a lot of the Rebels stuff in there. Chopper, the robot, makes an appearance. So far, we've seen a lot. I'm telling you, Ahsoka Tano is going to be Really good. And if you guys didn't see the end of Rebels, you guys need to watch it, man. I'd watch the whole thing. They're half-hour long episodes. They're easy to get through. It's animated, but it's cool. It's about a young boy with who's force sensitive. He's homeless. He's like a rat. He's picking, stealing from people. And yeah, Ezra. Yeah, and then Ezra Miller is his name. And then he ends up hooking up with a group of. I guess it would be like not thieves. I guess it would be like they're thieves. They still, but kind of it has a very Firefly feel to it. And one of the guys will have to get into the Bad Batch after Rebels. Yeah, definitely. And then we got Clone Wars too. We can get into. That's a whole nother thing. And then we could do Mandalorian. We got a lot of stuff to do. That podcast can go for a long time. Yeah, so at the end, there's a whole thing with Grand Admiral Thrawn, and they disappear. I'll just leave it at that. Firefly, yeah, Firefly of the series. What was it? The movie was Serenity, and Firefly was the movie. Josh Whedon. Um, I like the vibe. Like I said, it does have that vibe. It's about a group of people who are rebels. They're living outside the law. They're doing heists, and then they're stealing it. They're getting into a bunch of trouble in the meantime. The only difference is there's Jedis, and it's not. I really like Firefly because I love I guess the background of what the planets are. There's this real Chinese vibe to it, but yet it's still like it's futuristic. Man, Firefly, that was a show that shouldn't have been canceled. But Rebels shouldn't have been. So basically, the end of Rebels is where Ahsoka Tano is going to kind of pick up. So that's why we're going to be covering that. And man, you got the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn, I believe, in Ahsoka. Ezra Miller, probably. They're going to get a lot of answers of where they've been, what they've been doing. And then you got 2 new Jedis popping up with orange lightsabers. What's that about? Yeah, so man, this series I think is going to be huge. I'm excited about it. Might it might drop a watch party every Tuesday or whenever they're going to come out. Maybe I go live at midnight, watch the show, talk to you guys. Hera, Chopper, Sabine, and Ezra. Yeah, great. And then who was the Jedi? Was Caden? Caden. Hayden or Caden was the Jedi. Really, really cool show, guys. Ezra's force sensitive. He's kind of like a rat. He joins this group. One of the guys is a former Jedi in hiding. He trains them. Darth Vader, Darth Maul, Ahsoka Tano. Everyone makes appearance in this. Is this show based out of Needles? Oh, my show? My show is based out of Needles, not the Star Wars show. Should be. I've seen some creatures here in Needles that that could be Star Wars, guys. Go on meganslaw.com and you will see some creatures, guys. Oh, shit. It's over an hour. We're going an hour, guys. Let's finish this up. Hitler's Fake Diaries, the Cock Lane Ghost. This is the last one we'll do, guys. Even royals fall prey to the paranormal pranks. According to the Daily Mail, in 1762, yeah, if you were going to fall for Caden Jarrus, yeah, that was his name, does it show? The Cock Lane Ghost. He's a flasher. The Cock Lane Ghost. Oh my God. I didn't get that. Thank you, Tim. The Cock Lane Ghost. 1762. Yeah, that would be the year that people would totally buy into some. Prince Edward, Duke of York, and Albany visited a home in Cock Lane in London. It was said to be haunted by Scratching Fanny, a woman who had died of smallpox in the rented house after her loan shark lover, William Kent, had lent her the landlord money with high interest rate. The Cock Lane Ghost. So you had a Prince Edward freaking out over a ghost. Like I just picture some dirty old man ghost, and he's like, bah! And it's all flopping like an elephant trunk. He's chasing him down the hall. I'm the Cock Lane Ghost. Doing the helicopter. It's Ric Flair. Ric Flair comes out in his robe. Woo! I'm the Cock Lane Ghost. Woo! If you guys haven't seen A Dark Side of the Ring and the Plane Ride from Hell, you might not get that reference. Ric Flair, the wrestler, had been known for many, many years to come out in public, like bars and different things, wearing nothing but his robe. And supposedly, he's a shower, not a grower. And oh, and he comes in. That's what I picture this ghost, Ric Flair. Woo! Holy shit, it's a ghost. Woo! Why is he chasing us with a baby's arm? Wait, that's not a baby's arm. Oh my God, guys. So Ric Flair is the Cock Lane Ghost that tricked Prince Edward. So this was a hoax, guys. They set it up from the beginning. They said a woman, Fanny, died in the house. They messed with him. They were trying to get press. He didn't mess around though. He got the hell out of there. I would have too. Oh man, oh, sorry guys. Sorry, I went fight. Yeah, the flight from hell. Charlie knows what's up. Oh man. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Join us tonight at 7 o'clock for the watch party, guys. It's thedailydank.com. You're going to click on live feed, or maybe I'll just change it to watch party. You guys will see as soon as you go to the homepage, there'll be a big link that you can click on, and it'll take you right there. I'm working on the chat right now. It's like a max of 5 people, but I'm trying to figure it out. They want to charge me like $70. Oh, excuse me, to get more people in there. So I'm trying to figure out an alternative route. Anyway, guys, I got fired from my pool job. Do I want to know why, Lonnie? Do I want to know why before we end the show? And then also, guys, make sure you're checking out the 420 podcast. It's Paranormal Tuesday today, guys. We're going to be covering Mars. Was there life on Mars? Was there aliens? Is there still life on Mars? We're going to be checking out these awesome videos and photos from NASA of the rover on Mars. Man, it's pretty cool. Mr. Wong said 2 Wongs don't make a white. Oh, Lonnie, line of the day. Lonnie pulls it out at the end. Line of the day. Lonnie, you know what you win, Lonnie? You win a G.I. Joe Cobra Commander collectible figure. Just for you, Lonnie. Just for you. I'm going to put that in with your stuff today. Lonnie wins line of the day, guys. I had the little racist, but we're old, right? Like we're all dinosaurs here. We're and is it offensive? Who is that offensive to? Who is that offensive to? Like, is it offensive to Chinese people or offensive to white people? Like, it could be both. All right, guys, blow up those hashtags. We're going to stay out of getting canceled. I can't afford to be canceled at this point. The channel's just getting going. Charlie, God, Charlie's going to punch me in the face when I see him today. Damn it. I want to swing by on my way up to the studio and drop that stuff off to you. Charlie's going to put me in a freaking Samoa spike. Just walk in. That's not even an Asian joke, guys. It's Samoa. Wrestlers use a Samoan spike. I watched real quick before we end this, guys. I was watching a interview with a wrestler, and the guy was a comedian who was interviewing him, and he went right to it. He's like, "So how come Samoan wrestlers can headbutt a lot harder than normal people?" How come, he started mentioning all the racial stuff in wrestling. And this wrestler was like, I don't know. Man, it used to be bad. Remember, it was the island people. Like, if you headbutted them, they didn't feel it. The Junkyard Dog. there was some stereotypes there, but he broke the mold for African Americans. So that's kind of a catch-22 because, yeah, man, Junkyard Dog, before he hit WWE, man, down in Mid-South, he was breaking stereotypes, man, especially in the South. You know how racist they were back then. And you got the Junkyard Dog. He's coming out to another one, bites dust. He has the dog collar on. He's a happy, does a little dance. People are freaking out. Man, he broke barriers, racial barriers. He's the Jackie Robinson of wrestling. Snuka was another one. One story I find really interesting is, you couldn't break kayfabe back then. That's Australians, the bushwhackers had the hard heads. Yeah, so weird. What was I saying? I don't know. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I need to get high. My brain's not functioning correctly, which says so much about me. I just expose a little bit of myself that I probably shouldn't have. I can't think right, guys. I haven't smoked this morning. Brian's an addict. No, I'm not. It's my cup of coffee. That's what I always say, man. People have vices all over. A lot of people have coffee. If they don't have their coffee, they're grumpy. I'm the same way. If I don't have to do my wake and bake, I get a little grumpy. It is routine, guys. And the routine that we need to get into is to be good to one another, guys. Take care of one another. Yeah, Lonnie, I will text you. I'm thinking probably about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I'll be up there. All right. But I'll once I'm up there, I'll be up there for hours. So when I'm on my way, whatever. And I'm bringing heck, I'm on 2 joints in. Nice. We're gonna be doing some more Stoned and Scared, guys. If you haven't checked out that show, check it out, man. I get super baked. I eat a big edible. I smoke a giant bowl, and then I put on the VR goggles, guys, and I experience it and Freddy Krueger. Go check out the videos, guys. That was last Wednesday, I believe. It's in the archives. Check it out. Man, it was fun. We're going to do a lot more of those. A lot of stuff coming up. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you at 420.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go